forecast. Mostly cloudy with rain showers today, gusty winds, temperatures near 50. Breezy overnight to windy conditions, mostly cloudy with showers around 35. South wind up to 30 miles per hour. Occasional rain and snow showers expected Wednesday. Then some afternoon sunshine, definitely colder, 35 to 40 for the high Wednesday. Your life, your music, we're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. The French Civil Aviation Authorities confirmed Cardiff City's new Ford Emiliano Sala was on board a plane which has gone missing. Afghan officials say dozens of security personnel were killed in an attack on a military intelligence base near Kabul. The leaders of France and Germany have signed a new treaty designed to deepen cooperation between the two countries, and Romania's Justice Minister is looking to scrap hundreds of corruption cases against some of the country's top government officials.
It's 9:01.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday to you. You're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I'm your host, Kobila Jones, and my special guest today is Mr. Michael Sullivan for Habitat for Humanity of Greater Jonesboro. Good morning, Mr. Michael.
Good morning. Thanks for having me this morning.
Thank you for joining us. I want to say good morning to a few people. Mrs. Christy Mathis-Conway and Amanda Donovan. Thank you all for tuning in. And make sure you share this information with everyone you know, because we're also going to be sharing a little bit more, some new information as well. So take notes and get ready to share this information. So let's get right into how have things been going with Habitat for Humanity.
It's been good. A little quiet last year as far as our construction goes. As many know, Habitat for Humanity, we build homes for families that are in need. And so it's a home ownership program. It's not just a giveaway. Mm-hmm. Our families apply, they have to qualify, and then they have to put some work in.
Yes, but that's sweat equity in.
That's right. And so we're going to hand you a hammer to come help us build. And so, they truly get pride of home ownership when the house is finished, and then they pay a no-interest mortgage at their affordability. And that money goes back into building other homes for other families just like them. But yeah, we had a lot of new programs start last year as far as pilots go.
Okay.
And this year we're ready to take them off and, help serve more families right here in Jonesboro.
All right, so first, tell us, how long has Habitat for Humanity for Greater Jonesboro been in Jonesboro?
Yeah, we've officially started in 1992.
Oh, wow.
And our first home was built by 93, which is exciting. And since then we've built 20 homes. It was all volunteer based up to 2014, and then that's when I was hired in, and so since then we've built 4 more homes, and so we're really excited about that, and we're looking to do even more in the future. This year we're slated to do actually 4 houses, if not more, depending on how this grant works, and so
for 2019.
For 2019, and
but
so,
these are people that were already approved back in 2018.
That's correct. So towards the end of last year, we selected 2 families.
Okay.
And so those 2 families, are waiting patiently to get started on their new homes.
Okay.
And then once we get those wrapped up, we're going to open the application process probably this summer.
Okay.
For 2 more families for the fall. Yeah.
And so when you open up the application process, do you already have the plot picked out where the home is going?
Typically, yes.
Okay.
We have a land bank, actually, kind of, if you will, of lots that are ready to be built on.
Okay.
And so we were fortunate in the community to get people to donate their lots. We don't usually have to buy them, which is very nice.
Way to go, Jonesboro.
That's right. Thank you, Jonesboro. So if you'd like to donate a lot.
Look, we're taking plots of land, reach out to Mr. Michael and the team at Habitat.
That's right.
Okay. That is really awesome. And so I want to say also good morning to Ms. Amanda says good morning. Mr. Kobe Parker says good morning. Good morning to you, sir. Now, since 1992, how long have you been there?
So I've been there since 2013, technically, but in my official capacity, 2014. I started as an intern, actually.
Okay.
And it led into this position as an executive director. And so I'm very fortunate to be doing what I'm doing, and I truly love it.
That means the people that you worked under saw the potential in you to do great things with the organization and said, okay, we're going to give you the keys to the kingdom.
I know, right? Got them fooled. I'm just kidding.
still an immense amount of pressure to make sure this organization, I hate to say it almost runs itself, but there still needs to be that human element to it.
Yeah.
Do you feel an immense amount of pressure to keep it running?
When I first started, I mean, there was that pressure of, oh my gosh, I'm new. Is this actually going to work?
Okay.
But now that I've been in it for 4 years, I mean, it's just like it comes naturally, I guess.
That's awesome.
And I've surrounded myself, and we're so blessed to have so many great volunteers in our organization that it really makes my job easier, and we're able to do so much with so little as far as capacity goes.
And that goes, is Habitat a nonprofit organization?
It is a nonprofit, yes.
So anyone who works in the nonprofit sector knows that we work on a shoestring.
That's right.
Baby shoestring, but
and here we're trying to build a house.
Yes, we have these Legos and cardboard. We're trying to,
That's right.
But you all make it work and you make it happen. Now, since your time there, have you seen the number of volunteers grow as well?
We have. We're so fortunate as far as getting groups to want to volunteer. We have a lot of individuals. With our new programs we're having, it's one of the reasons we started, though, is not just to help the families, but to give our volunteers something to do.
Okay.
And so it takes a lot of hands to build a house, but we don't need 100 people at once.
Okay.
And so, this expands our program to where we can now take, larger groups.
Okay.
And, really make a larger impact in Jonesboro.
That's awesome. And again, when you're helping someone else, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, okay, I am contributing to the society in which I live. Mm-hmm. I'm helping someone to move up in their life. I'm helping someone outside of myself that I'm not related to. So it gives you, this warm, fuzzy feeling.
It does, and I love that feeling, and that's why I keep doing what I'm doing each day.
So I want to give a shout out to all the volunteers around. I'm sure they come more from just within the city of Jonesboro.
Yeah, typically they're just, and since we only serve Jonesboro for our homeowners, we have some people who come out of town, but typically they're Jonesboro.
Jonesboro,
yeah.
Okay. Again, shout out to you, Jonesboro. We're doing some great things. There's always room for improvement, but we're still doing some great things.
We are.
All right, so let's get into some of the programs that you have coming up that people can look out for and be very actively participating in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we have our, of course, our home ownership program. That's our most popular as far as what people know us for.
Okay.
And I talked about that a little bit, being a hand-up opportunity. Well, this other program we just started last year through the Chamber of Commerce Leadership Jonesboro class, actually.
Okay.
They launched it. I was fortunate to be a part of that class last year. The best class, of course.
Okay.
And so, anyway, and so it's called a Brush with Kindness.
Brush with Kindness.
Okay. And so what it is, it's a home ownership. It's for existing homeowners. So if you own a home in Jonesboro, and this is just the start. We want to eventually do more with it, but it's for exterior repair. So painting, landscaping, yard cleanup, wheelchair ramps, things like that. Those minor exterior repairs that someone can't afford or just can't, has never had the time to do it themselves, and who truly needs the help. But they have to own the home and they have to apply. And just like our home ownership program, it's not just a here you go. It's a hand up.
Okay.
And so they do have to pay a fee to help cover the materials to be invested, and they also have to volunteer during that time. And so if we're out there painting, we want them to be out there painting. If they're not able to do that, well, maybe they can hand out water.
Okay.
Make sure people sign in when they log in their volunteer hours. I mean, there's things that everyone can do, and so if you're not physically able to help, well, there's other ways you can help. We'll find something for you.
All right. So if you know someone out there that could use a few odds and ends repairs, and they own their home, please reach out to Mr. Michael Sullivan and the team. Can you tell us where you all are located in case someone wants to come by?
And so we're located at 520 West Monroe,
okay,
which is just down from H&R Block downtown, and it's our headquarters office is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the phone number?
It's 870-203-9898.
Okay.
And then if you want to email us, of course, we have Facebook, Jonesboro Habitat.
Okay.
Our email is info@jonesborohabitat.com. It's pretty simple.
Okay.
So just Jonesboro Habitat, everything.
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook, social media. I mean, all the social medias.
So you find them anywhere.
That's right. We try to be.
And be on the lookout for, all the things that they have coming up. So again, that program is called Brush with Kindness. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there are many people out there who are looking for volunteer hours, not just to say, okay, I filled up my timesheet, but some people also want to volunteer because they may not have the money to, donate, but they have a little time.
That's right.
And so some people just like to be out and be physical. So if you want to skip the gym one day and go help, paint and build and whatever, there you go.
And we get a lot of volunteers who are unskilled, who are just eager to learn a new skill.
Okay.
And so with our lead builders out there, we keep them safe and we teach them how to run that power tool or how to properly paint. Everyone thinks they can paint, but it's amazing how people can't.
No. I'm one of those, I think I can, even though I had to do it a lot growing up unwillingly with the old-fashioned roller brush.
Right.
And anyway, I got it done, but it wasn't great. Do you foresee somewhere in the future possibly having some internship, maybe some summer programs for kids who are interested in going into, say, carpentry or that type of, I don't know exactly what the field is called.
But we do. We actually have interns now, and so that help us in the office. They do administrative stuff. One of our interns just wrote a grant for us through the Walmart Foundation, and so we're teaching them these skills that kind of behind the scenes. But when we have our construction open, then they'll be out there on the build sites as well. My day's always hectic as far as what I do, and so I want the interns to see that it's an ever-changing environment. It seems like at Habitat.
Okay.
One day you're writing a grant, the next day you're on a construction site, or you're at a new store. I mean, there's so many things that happen, and so it's a good experience for our interns. And so if there's a student or someone who just wants to give back into an internship position, then definitely we can find a way for them to help us out.
Do you have a connection with Arkansas State University with some of their students? I don't know maybe the engineering department or some agriculture. I don't know what department.
Well, actually, a number of the departments. We had the engineering students out before. Okay. They have a group of engineers who volunteered to help build.
Okay.
The marketing and communication of building. They're really good ones to get because they can do that graphic design stuff.
Yes.
So make things look really pretty. And so those are always fortunate to get. And we've had a few through the business building as well. So.
Okay. Now I wonder. I don't know if this is an aspect of going through the application. Well, once someone is accepted, their application has been accepted, and so now you're really working with them to get everything in order. The financial planning and education and counseling or whatever. Do you also have them possibly go through any type of other counseling? I know people don't like to hear that word, counseling, therapy.
Yeah.
But they're taking on a new responsibility. And as with anything new, there's some uncertainty, insecurities, and So do you ever suggest maybe, maybe I'm going too far.
No, you're fine. We don't necessarily, as far as like mental health counseling, we don't necessarily do that, but we want to make sure that we understand that, typically these families have rented their entire lives and their parents have rented and their grandparents, and that there's this long succession of renters typically, and they don't know how to be a homeowner. They don't realize when, it's summertime, the yard needs mowed, and how often that happens to happen actually.
Every week. Or every other day.
Wish someone told me that. No. But anyway, or if your water heater goes out, well, what do you do? And so we want to try breaking it down as simple as we can to make sure that they feel confident that whenever they take those keys, that they know what they're doing. And they're part of the Habitat family. So if they're in their home 10 years and they still have questions, well, they can still call us and we'll answer their phone and try to help them, as much as we can. We won't go back in and help repair their home unless they apply again or qualify. But we're there to help guide and be a mentor to those families that we select. And so we don't just leave them in the dark once they get the keys. We want to be a family. We want to keep that relationship alive so that they keep our investment up and they continue to have a decent home to live in.
Okay, so it's not just, here are your keys, photo op, cut the ribbon,
right.
Bam, okay, we're gone.
It'd be so much easier that way.
Now, I'm sure you've had a lot of success stories. On the flip side, have you had any really bad, I hate to say really bad, but any not so successful stories where you've had to take the home away from someone?
And so we've never had it foreclosed. Just like a bank, if you're in your house and you stop making your payments, eventually that bank's going to come calling.
Yeah.
You know, we've been fortunate today to never foreclose in a home. And we've, you know, like I said, we've been here since 92, and so that's pretty good record.
That's a great record.
Now, we've came really close.
Oh, no.
And so, but that's part of that partnership, that family feeling is, you know, we understand things come up. We understand that life happens, and, you know, the demographics that we serve, they're going to miss a payment. It's just going to happen.
Okay.
And so we do all we can do to make sure that when that happens, we start now on fixing it. And, you know, we schedule payment makeup plans to where we take one payment and break it over the 12 months, and so they can make it up. You know, we work with them on counseling again as far as budgeting. You know, what are we doing wrong? How are we spending? Are we eating out every night? Can we not, you know, go to the grocery store and buy, you know, what are some cheaper ways that we can save money? Because at the end of the day, do you want to pay your light bill or do you want to pay your house bill? Because if you don't pay, I mean, eventually you're not going to have a house to pay the light bill for. And it's gotten to that point a few times, but that's, you know, very far in.
Okay.
That's when you miss, you know, more than 5 payments.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And,
you have
know,
to really just drop the ball.
You got to come to Jesus. You know? It's like, and that doesn't happen all the time.
Okay.
You know, we're very blessed to have good families, and that's a credit to our volunteers who help select them.
Okay.
You know, we do interviews with the families, we check their background, we check their credit. I mean, we check, you know, we do all this stuff to make sure we get a right family, because it's a partnership between us and them for the next 20 to 30 years, with it being a mortgage. And I mentioned credit, and one of the questions we always get is, do I have to have good credit?
Okay.
And the answer is no.
No.
But because if you did, you'd probably go to a bank and apply.
Yes.
And we're there to help families who can't qualify for a bank mortgage.
Oh, okay.
And so if you don't have good credit, that's okay. Don't let that discourage you.
Okay.
We'll work with you on how to build that during the process. And so, yes, you can apply with bad credit. That's okay.
Okay.
What we don't want to see is like, you know, oh, we have $200,000 worth of debt. You know, I can't afford it. That's not okay.
No.
But, you know, as long as you're willing and have, you know, that willingness to help and that desire from ownership, you know, we're there to help those families.
Okay. Mr. Colby Parker says, sounds like a great program. Great work, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you, Kobe.
All right, so Colby, consider getting your guys out and y'all come volunteer sometime when they have
That's right. They
have
do.
a project going on. Colby is a mentor for young men in the community, and so that'll be a great opportunity for them to get out and work off some energy and get to meet some other people. And,
Definitely.
just fellowship with their community. All right, so we talked about the Brush for Kindness and home ownership. So let's talk about some other programs. Build Up for Philip.
Yes. So Build Up for Philip is a campaign we launched actually a year ago.
Okay.
With the goal of raising $325,000. We have a large lot. It's around 2 acres off of State Street, which is off of Johnson, next to Domino's. Off of Johnson, Domino's, and then there's State Street. Anyway, we got about 2 acres of vacant land, and, you know, the north side, we want to try building that up. And there's a lot of low income. We also get a lot of lots there that are donated.
So is it across from Domino's? Like,
yeah.
Because I'm trying to, I live over in that area, so I know where Domino's and State Street is. Where is the property?
So there's an apartment complex right across the street from Domino's. Right behind that is where we're at.
Oh, okay.
And so, so with that, you know, we've received some funding to build 12 homes in Jonesboro over the next 4 years, starting last year. So we have 3 years left. And so with that, we're going to do 9 homes in that area. And the other 3 are going to go on Belt Street next to some other homes we already have over there. And so we thought, well, how can we fit 9 homes in here and help build the community? Because it's a deep lot. Instead of just building them across the street and giving everyone a big backyard, we thought, well, what can we do to maximize our impact? And so instead, we're going to build a U-shaped street and put the houses around it. And inside the U, we want to build a pocket park. And so for the neighborhood to enjoy, you know, just, you know, not just helping the families who are going to be in those homes, but also give something the community can enjoy as well, and hopefully help build up that neighborhood.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're really excited. The Evans family, Philip Evans, he passed away over a year now ago with cancer. And so his family, he liked to build and he liked to give back and help others, and that passion for service was something he really, you know, loved to share with others and help. And so his family thought Habitat would be a perfect way to do that.
Oh, so it's Build Up for Philip.
That's right. And so Philip is Philip Evans. And so the family agreed, you know, they wanted to just build 1 home. And God works in this mysterious ways to wherever you have a need, and it just pans out. And so fortunately, this project was coming up, but we didn't have money to fund the park, just the homes. And so we asked them, well, would you guys help raise money and build this pocket park for us? And they said yes, and we went on this journey together last year. Last year they raised, through fundraising, over $122,000. And so God he really moves mountains, if you will. And so we're well on our way. We also have some grants that are out there that we're very hopeful in getting, and so it's going to happen. And we're very excited about that. And it's all to, of course, honor this Philip Evans and give his children something to go and remember him for, and see that passion that he had in helping others through Habitat.
Wow, so when will you start breaking ground?
And so hopefully this year, honestly. Okay. In order to continue the building process, we have to have that street built. And so we're looking to get, like I said, last year was kind of a quiet year for us, but all that administrative, procurement stuff was happening. Okay. Well, this year it's time for action and actually get the boots on the ground and those hammers in the air. So,
that is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. So Habitat is really on the rise, doing some great things around the city of Jonesboro. And again, because you're a nonprofit, about how many paid staff members are you able to have?
Well, I'm the only full-time, honestly. And we have 2 part-timers.
Okay.
And the rest are volunteers, and they are amazing.
See, I know all too well about that. We're about that life.
Right. You can relate.
All right. So we're going to take a quick break. We're speaking with Mr. Michael Sullivan from Habitat for Humanity of Greater Jonesboro, before Greater Jonesboro.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. And we'll be right back and discuss some more programs, and we'll hope we get some volunteers signed up before the end of the show.
That's right.
All right. We'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Do you control your emotions, or do your emotions control you? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Emotions are so powerful that at times they seem to overwhelm us. Emotions like jealousy, anger, fear, worry, and grief can put us on a reactionary path. But you don't have to be controlled by your emotions. These important tips may help. First, be the boss of your thoughts. Emotions certainly affect your thoughts, but your thoughts can also guide your emotions. Try to look at an emotional decision or situation with someone who can help you think objectively. Often, the realities of objective thoughts can lessen the blow of those intense emotions. For more tips on handling negative emotions, visit my blog at markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Calling all women and minority business owners as well as the general public. KLEK 102.5 FM presents the 2019 Women and Minority Business Showcase, Saturday, February 16th from noon until 6 at Centennial Hall in the Arkansas State University Student Union. Live broadcast on KLEK and on Facebook. This is your opportunity to show what your business, church, or organization has to offer to the unique, diverse audience of KLEK listeners, supporters, and the Jonesboro community as a whole, or to just check out all the vendors in attendance. Vendor registration is $25, $50 if you sell items on site, and you can register at klekfm.org, but you must register by February 4th. Free admission to attend. The KLEK Women and Minority Business Showcase is sponsored by the Arkansas State University Office of Diversity and Community Engagement, Full Sun Gifts, and Bancorp South. This event is a KLEK fundraiser.
The Office of Diversity and Community Engagement at Arkansas State University, under the leadership of Dr. Maurice Gibson, is a proud supporter of KLEK and is dedicated to finding innovative ways to advance their mission of creating a diverse and inclusive environment, conducive to educating, enhancing, and enriching lives, uplifting various and diverse groups on the A-State campus, and striving to maintain Arkansas State University a place that is inclusive to all individuals, regardless of origin, color, religion, socioeconomic status, or sexual orientation. More information about the Arkansas State University Office of Diversity and Community Engagement is available at www.astate.edu/diversity and 870-972-3081.
Stark's Auto Plaza at 2829 Red Wolf Boulevard is a proud KLEK supporter, offering luxury pre-owned vehicles sold wholesale to the public. At Stark's, we never say no. 870-203-9980. Details at starksautoplaza.com.
KLEK 102.5 FM wants to be active in the community. If you or your organization is hosting a community service event, we would like to know about it and be a part of it. KLEK will promote your event on air, online, and on social media. KLEK personalities may also attend the event and provide music and or entertainment. Certain restrictions and availability may apply. If you or your organization would like to partner with KLEK to make the Jonesboro community a better place, call 870-277-1080 or email us at klek@klekfm.org. In order for a community announcement or church announcement to be aired on KLEK 102.5 FM, we ask that the announcement be sent at minimum 1 week in advance. Thank you for supporting KLEK 102.5 FM.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
You're fine. Oh, okay, good. Well, that makes it easier for me to answer. But yes, it's the same application process as it's the same program, so yes, it's the same application process. And so we're trying to get the street to be named Evans Way, and since that's Philip Evans, and then the park itself be named Evans Park or something. And we already have an Evans Park in Jonesboro, and so I'm not sure how that's going to pan out. But we do want to do something to help honor him and his memory. And his family has put in so much work to raise this money, and so it's well deserved, and it's something the community can be proud of when it's finished. Yeah. And so we can't claim it, but typically when we build a habitat home, you see those neighbors start doing things at their houses as well, whether that's cleaning up, painting, those little things that make a difference. And so it's almost like a keeping up with the Joneses effect. And so they don't want to be that one home that everyone looks at, and that's a good thing almost. It encourages them to do things, and it doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. And we're hoping that with this neighborhood and the other homes we build, that it keeps doing that, and we help we keep moving the communities and building them up where they need to be. It's actually a house, and so don't be thrown off. Which is so fitting for Habitat. And so we have a house that we've renovated to where we actually rent it for $1 a year for the next 100 years. Carlisle Ridge Development Council has partnered with us in that, and so we just had to rehab it, and so we did that, and now it's our office, and we love it. Oh yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we need paid too. We gotta make that house payment too, just like they do for that rent payment. That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's right. And so, we have application processes, and so there's a time frame when you can apply, and so if you're looking to apply like today, we won't accept the application because it's not open. However, we do keep an example of the application on our website, and we can mail you an example. And so it's times like now, if you're interested in applying for Habitat, we'll look at your budget. What can I do to start saving? If I have debt, up to my ears, what can I do to start paying that down? Because we look at that, we look at your income, we look at your expenses, because if you can't afford it, then we're not going to put you into a home. You're not going to be selected. And so, that's right. And so start working on, start paying off some of that debt if you have high debt. Make yourself a good candidate financially. And then when it is time for you to apply, you'll be familiar with the application, you'll be a better applicant hopefully, and maybe you'll be selected. And like I said, we used to only build 1 or 2 homes a year. Well, this year we're doing 4, and so 2 have been selected, but we'll be selecting 2 more families. And so it's competitive. If we get applicants, surprisingly we don't get a lot of applicants. You'd think probably 50 or 100 maybe. The last round we did, we only had 3. The one before that we did have 20, but it does fluctuate, and so we don't know why. Yes, and 1 was selected. We're fortunate for that, and we're happy that we can help them. But we need more applicants to have a better pool. And maybe it's just they get discouraged with their credit. Maybe they don't know about it. But we really need to work on getting that word out, because it's truly an amazing opportunity, or I think it is. And so. Yeah. And so we just want to encourage the community to prepare themselves for our application, help spread the word of what we do, and when it is time to apply, we do promote that as much as possible. Things doing radio shows like this, the other medias, we try to push it as much as we can. You can follow us on social media. We always post on there, of course. We keep it on our website, and like I said, there is an example application, and so that's the question we get typically, and so they can go there, they can see what we look for more in depth. And it seems lengthy, but it's really not that bad. Okay, it's 10 pages, but it's basic information. Name, where do you work? Do you work? What's your income? Because you have to be able to show some income. What are your expenses? It's pretty basic stuff that you should know. And so it's nothing too complicated. It just looks long. No, go for it.
Do you ever try to reach out and maybe host seminars, home ownership seminars, with people who are interested? So, like for those who feel like I'm not ready, I don't have the credit, I don't have all this stuff, but okay, well, here's what you can do to start preparing. So, do you try to educate people more about what if home ownership is their goal?
Yeah. What can they do to help? Yeah, that's something we've hosted one before, and we didn't have a really good turnout. And it comes back to our capacity. Only having 1 full-timer and the 2 part-time, it makes it harder for us to do those extra programs. We want to, and that's something that's on our list of goals to reach for. But as of right now, no, we don't do that. Now, if a family calls and say, "Hey, I really think this is great. What can I start doing to, can you help me build my credit? Can you help me budget? Get ready for home. What can Habitat do for me? and we'll work with that person. And if it may not be directly me, but we have partners who are mentors who we can work with them, get them connected with, so they can start doing that process. Yeah. It's all based on funding and timing. So like with this grant, we've had this grant for a year now. Well, there's been so much procurement and administrative part of it that it's taken a year to get ready, making sure that everything is, all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. And so now we didn't have a family selected a year ago, which is nice. But it could take 3 or 4 months. It could take a few weeks. It all depends on when we're allowed to start, especially with this new grant we have. Now, if it's money that we've raised and that we control it more, and so it could start more quicker. But we're trying to get better at that. We typically build houses within 6 months, and so if you're selected, it could take at least a year. Is what we tell them. Let's get to work. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it depends really on the situation, but we don't enjoy people missing their payments. That's not something we definitely encourage. We don't, by no means, but we understand that it happens, and that with the demographics we serve, we want to make sure that we're there to help build homes, put people in houses. We're not there to take them away. We never want to take a home away, but we will if we have to. And so, if a family has lost their job, they've been there 5 or 6 years or 10 years or whatever, and it just closes down. Well, that family, obviously they lost their income source, so we want to see what they're doing to help for them to find new employment. If they're not actively looking for new employment, and they keep missing payments and they're not being active, then we're going to be more likely to foreclose on someone like that. But if they're able to show us, hey, I've been to the career center, I've been applying for all these jobs, they're trying to, we'll wait a few months. We're not going to wait forever, though, of course. Yeah. But as long as there's some effort being put into it, is what we want to see. We understand things come up, and that family aspect comes into play. You don't want to throw your cousin out, but if your cousin doesn't do what he's supposed to do.
Well, sorry, gotta go.
That's right.
And I just realized I didn't even have my microphone on.
Okay.
So they heard you talking, so
that's
probably like, there's a one-sided conversation going on.
Well,
I apologize.
They were really good questions. So
I apologize. But going back to, that grace period, so that when someone knows they're either interested in applying or interested in home ownership, period, whether it's your organization or another, they should then, of course, go into that vigilante saving mode, or that let me become more financially responsible, so that in the case something like this happens, I had this conversation with my son. He's 21. I'm like, I want you to focus on you. Everyone in certain age think they so in love and all this. And focus on you, work and save. I said, I want you to be better financially than I was. I want to be better than my mom was, and so on and so forth. I said, I want you to have a cushion, so if something happens and you can't work, you have something to fall back on.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that we, the leaders of this community, can reach back and snatch up these little children and say, okay, look, I know you think you're living life now, you're having fun. Put $1 aside, put $5, open a savings. Parents, help your children get a credit union account. you don't know how valuable that can be to them. I know a young lady, she was 16 when she started working.
Yeah.
Her mom helped her get a credit union account.
Oh, good.
I don't know how much she started, a very low amount.
Yeah.
And she automatically had her check deposit and money switched over to savings. She never saw it, so she didn't touch it. And now she's 19 and it's growing.
Yeah.
You know, so think about what it's going to be when she's 30.
That's right. And it's important to have those conversations with your kids. And, you know, it's part of breaking that cycle of poverty is, you know, education, you know, teaching your children or, you know, friends or even your neighbor, you know, what they can do now to prepare for the future. You know, part of our program, when they're selected, we do require them to help pay the closing cost on the home. And so we educate them on what that is and what that covers. And so they have to at least contribute $500 to closing. And, you know, if we build a house in 6 months, they only have 6 months to raise, you know, save $500. And so that helps prepare them for that reality of, you know, being more financially stable.
You know, they can either break it down to, say, $100 a month, you know, 1 month grace, or however further you want to break it down, but it's doable.
Yeah.
It's a matter of how bad do you want it.
Exactly. And that's the biggest part. And that helps weed out those families who are just trying to abuse the system, who don't, you know, who just want that handout. And so, you know, if you're selected to Habitat, it's not an easy ride, you know. We're there to help you and do all we can, but you're leading the charge as a family. Or individually even. We do select individuals. So.
And I love how you said early on in the show that Habitat for Humanity is an organization geared towards a hand up, not a handout. And I love that statement. I've heard it for several years now. And I would love for every single service organization to develop that mindset and take on those principles of hand up, not hand out. If you can teach someone a skill and instill the importance of maintaining and developing that skill, they can carry it with them throughout their life versus you just give them something to meet their immediate need and then they got to still come back to you for that need. You're not helping them at all.
Exactly. And you know, it's almost like a Band-Aid. You put a Band-Aid on it, you know, what can we do to really heal that wound? And, you know, anything can happen. You know, I could lose my home tomorrow, you know, and, you know, I want that immediate help maybe. But, you know, if an agency will help teach and educate on what they can do to prevent and sorry, I'm losing my excuse me. Then you know, it helps prevent that from happening again. You know, it lifts that person up. It doesn't just you know push them along the way.
Yes, and there's a book. I haven't gotten too deep into it. It's called Toxic Charity. Have you heard of that book?
I have not, but that sounds interesting.
I really encourage anyone that's in the service industry, especially nonprofit, to pick it up. It talks about, again, how we create how we get away from the handout aspect of our giving. You know, don't just throw a check. Well, I mean, some people don't have time, so of course they throw money, but know what you're giving your money to, know who or what, and who it's serving, and hopefully you have some vested interest in that organization. And I'm gonna get off my soapbox. I love community, all things community, and I just want to see us grow and prosper, and every single person's need met, you know, to the best of the organization's ability. And I don't know, I just want to see Jonesboro flourishing for generations to come. I want people to look at us as, this is the place I want to live. You know, this is the place I want to grow. I want businesses to say, this is the place I want to put a business, because the residents, the community is taking care of the place where we live.
Exactly. You know, we want to set the example too for other communities, you know, to set that bar high so you know, others look at us, not that. And, you know, how giving we are. You know, I hear all the time how giving Jonesboro is, and it's so true. And if you haven't seen it, then open the door, open the way, go look, because it's there. And maybe it starts with you. You know, if you want to change the world, if you will. It always starts with you. So you know,
that's right.
Whether it's Habitat, the food bank, the hub, you know, whatever it is, you know, they can use you, whether it's an hour of your time or a week or whatever it is. Get out there, find a charity or organization that helps. Even here, I mean, yes, I'm sure y'all could use some help. We could use some help.
Yes, there's always something for someone to do, no matter what it is. So don't feel like you don't have anything to offer. If you would like to volunteer, if you're interested in, even if you don't like to paint or build anything, but you might want to help market, you might want to help go spread the word. I mean, whatever. I'm sure Mike will find a place for you to work.
Our favorite is when they like to cook.
Oh, okay. So anyone with some spare time on their hand,
that's right.
Love to cook.
Our volunteers love cookies. So
they're taking treats at the Habitat
That's
house.
right. Or on the construction site, whatever.
That would be awesome. Someone that can volunteer to bring snacks, little juice, little short water bottles, because I'm sure you don't have time to drink a whole water bottle. I mean, let's depend on what the temperature is, but just a little quick something.
That's right. I think the best thing we've gotten is a volunteer cooked us cornbread and beans. It was so good.
So did the workers want to go back to work after eating it?
Well, they don't. They want to take a nap, but.
Oh my goodness. So we do have some great people right here in our city. One thing I love to see is former President Jimmy Carter. He still helps out.
He does. Yeah, it's amazing. And he, people think he started the organization. He didn't.
Okay.
Break that misconception, but he did bring it to the forefront. He got us into the mainstream, if you will, to where people realized what Habitat was.
Okay.
They do a Carter work build still every year. I believe he's still doing it. I know he did last year. I'm not sure if he's doing the next year.
He's going as much as he can.
He is. Him and his wife Rosalind, they truly do a lot for Habitat.
Wow. Have you had a chance to meet him?
I've heard him speak. I've never actually got to meet him. They whisk him off too quick.
Okay.
But I did hear him speak, him and his wife, and that was really cool.
So you were in the same room, in the same
I was
atmosphere.
in this presence. Yes. It was really cool. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. So again, we're speaking with Mr. Michael Sullivan from Habitat for Humanity of Greater Jonesboro. They have so many wonderful programs coming up. We're going to get ready for another quick break, and I'll make sure to turn my mic off and back on. It's Tuesday. It's dreary. We're having fun.
That's right.
But when we come back from our break, we're going to wrap up the programs, give you the address, phone number, other contact information, so that if you or someone you know is ready to be a homeowner, you need to get your application in. The window opens, but you can go look at the application now to get a feel of what the questions they ask. And you can start your savings and whatever else preparation you need to do in between that time. So again, tune in Community Conversations, and we'll be right back after these announcements.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. You're in the market for a financial advisor and you've been introduced to a truly impressive candidate. But is he qualified to help you manage your money? Or is he the next Bernie Madoff? If you see these signs, even if you met him through your pastor, keep a tight grip on your money and run. Hold on to your money if he offers an opportunity with an unclear, vague, or unstated purpose. Avoid any advisor who offers an exotic element to his investment recommendations, such as top secret proprietary technology or inside information from Wall Street sources. These too often turned out to be excessively risky, deceptive, and even illegal. A good financial advisor will never pressure you to invest, always work to help you understand what you're investing in, including the risks involved, and will always give you the final say on what happens with your money. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization focused on joy in our sisterhood, power in our voice, and service in our hearts. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
Support for KLEK is brought to you by...
This is a story I heard my late father-in-law, Glenn Sane, tell many times. Back then, when you ordered a part, you fill out a ticket, and a copy of the ticket would come back with a part with their signature who ordered it. Glenn got a call one day about a part on a rail car up there, and he went checked it out. His parts ticket was on a school bus chassis with his signature. He missed the number by one. Instead of a $3 part, he had a complete school bus chassis. Glenn Sane, God bless our troops.
The key to making this station even better could be parked in your driveway right now. Donate your old car to us, you'll get a tax deduction, and we'll tow it away for free.
Go to klekfm.org for more information.
House of Details, located at 3915 East Highland in Jonesboro, is a proud supporter of KLEK, offering detailing on any type of vehicle: basic wash, hand wash, shampoo, interior cleaning, waxing, buffering, headlight restoration, pickup, delivery, and more, with the motto of anything mean we can clean. Details at 870-273-5187. House of Details on Facebook and at klekfm.org.
The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was established on January 1st, 1977, originally serving Blytheville, Arkansas, and now serving Jonesboro, Blytheville, Osceola, Marion, and West Memphis, Arkansas. Today, the chapter continues to make an impact by focusing on Alpha's national community outreach initiatives such as My Brother's Keeper, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Go to High School, Go to College, Project Alpha, Boy Scouts, and the March of Dimes. The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is committed to Alpha's mission of developing leaders, promoting brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy to the community. More information about the Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is available at MOL Alphas on Facebook or via email at molalphas@gmail.com.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I hope everyone can hear me now. All right, and my special guest is Mr. Michael Sullivan from Habitat for Humanity of Greater Jonesboro. So we've been talking all about your program, but there's one final thing we didn't get to bring into the earlier segment, so let's get right into your store.
Yeah, so we're so happy to actually got a store open last year as well, and so that's one of the other new program we started. Okay. But it's open to the public. It's a retail store. We focus a lot on construction, so cabinets, windows, doors. There's home decor, of course. We have a little bit of clothing. It's not our focus, so we don't get a lot of it. And there's other nonprofits that do the clothing, but we do have a little bit. And so it's a place where you can donate. So if you're cleaning that closet out, you can always donate. If you're looking to do a remodel, we'd love to have those cabinets and countertops. They need to be in decent shape, of course.
So do you have bookshelves?
There are some bookshelves, yes.
I need to come
so you need to come by. And we try to price reasonably, of course. You always have people think it's way overpriced, which, we're volunteers, or they're volunteers there, and so we try to do the best we can as far as pricing. But, it's been really successful so far, and that money goes back into helping fund our program, and through it we want to help build more homes, of course, do more repairs. So if we either donate or you want to come shop, it's at 317 West Huntington Avenue, which is across from the Abilities Unlimited Boutique off of Huntington. And our signs are up so you can see it. But yeah, it's open Wednesday through Saturday from 10 to 3. And whether you want to donate, we also do pickups, and so if you have larger items you can't deliver, we can schedule a pickup time, and yeah.
So do you take like bed frames, mattresses?
We don't do mattresses.
Okay.
We do take bed frames and things like that.
Okay.
But it's a variety of items. So if you're on the edge, well, will they take that? Well, just give us a call.
Okay.
And you can call the 203-989 number.
Okay.
And there's also the store number as well. And I don't want to lie to you, so I'm not going to say it.
Okay.
It's a still relatively new store, so I'm still trying to. I don't call it all the time, and so I don't have it in front of me.
But just going down to 317 West Washington.
Yeah, Huntington. Yes.
Oh,
you're good.
Stop talking to me.
We'll turn that mic back on.
Anything can happen on live radio.
That's right. But it's another great opportunity for our community to donate and also buy if they're looking to remodel or something. We have flooring, we have tile, we have some new items too. It's not just we have businesses donate their extra stuff sometimes. So
I've always looked at when I looked at demolition sites, and sometimes some people just tear it down, like no concern, no thought to the material. And I've always wondered, can some material be
reused? Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes, yes. It breaks my heart going through sometimes seeing things so I'm like, oh, we could have used that.
Like, bricks or molding, crown molding, or some paneling, or maybe wall, something.
Yeah.
Those 2x4, those are not very cheap.
It can be expensive, yeah.
So, okay, then once they do a demolition, I've seen things just left and get weathered, beaten up by the elements. So, okay, that could have been used somewhere.
I know, and with Pinterest now, we get people in the store who have Pinterest open. They'll be going through, I could do this with that, and it's so great.
Maybe we need to get some of those moms who have some time in the day.
Yeah.
Like get a woman that got some time on her hand that love the DIY stuff. Those would be your biggest supporter.
Right. And with the being, again, we're a nonprofit, so the store, we use volunteers. We have a part-time store manager who oversees it, but the rest are volunteers that help run it. And so if you're in there, and you want to volunteer, you can sign up. You can call us. You can go to our website and sign up. We'd love to put you to work, and whether that be run the cash register, do an intake, helping with customer service. There's always something to do at our store. Or if that's not your fit, then we still have our office. We have construction sites, of course. There's tons of ways to get involved in Habitat.
There's all possible ways to help Habitat for Humanity. And think about, you're not just helping them, you're helping the families that you are helping.
Yeah.
So consider volunteering in some shape, form, or fashion. Miss Amanda Donovan says, I love this store, so I'm guessing you've been there a couple times, Amanda.
She's a good customer.
Okay. Amanda loves to shop. She loves antiques. She loves all types of goodies like that. So, again, we're speaking with Mr. Michael Sullivan from Habitat for Humanity of Greater Jonesboro. They have the Build Up for Philip Evans. Well, it was named after Philip Evans.
That's great.
So be on the lookout for that project coming soon on State Street. And then you have the Brush with Kindness, and this is for homeowners who need a little extra work done around their home. They have to be willing to pay for the supplies and also put in a little sweat equity.
That's right.
As well.
And we're going to do 8 families this year.
8 families.
So those applications will be opening soon, probably in late February.
Okay.
And we'll do a waiting list for that one. So we'll select the 8, or we'll select as many as we can, and then open it again probably. But and we'll start helping those families this year. Yes.
All right. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll do our best to help spread the word on that. And if you want to go by, look at application, talk to someone, 520 West Monroe is where their office is located, or give them a call at 870-203-9898. Look them up on Facebook. Do you have an Instagram?
We do. Jonesboro Habitat.
Okay, so Jonesboro Habitat all the way around.
That's right. We try to keep it the same. Make it easy.
That's right. All right. Well, any final thoughts in our last 30 seconds, Mr. Michael?
We just are so appreciative of being on today, and we thank you. And our volunteers out there, our donors, they make it happen. I'm so blessed to be doing what I do, but it's only because of the volunteers and people around me. If you ever want to come help volunteer or you want to apply, please reach out. We'll find a way for you to do that.
Get your hard hat, utility belt, hammer, whatever.
That's right.
Steel toe boots, and get to work.
That's right.
All right. I want to thank you so much for sharing this information with us, Mr. Michael, and I'll be on the lookout for your website and Facebook page and share whatever I can find.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for out there listening, supporting us. Have a great and blessed day, and try to stay warm out there.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering